Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute, but I am back and super excited to be filming. I have a brand new concealer to put to the test today. Very exciting. This is the new Maybelline Superstay full coverage under eye concealers. As you guys know, I'm totally obsessed with their foundation from this line. So when I saw that they had a concealer, I was very excited. So if you want to hear all about my thoughts and see a little demo using this guy, then just keep on watching. All right guys, jumping right in. I look a little bit crazy right now because all I have on is foundation. So as mentioned in our intro, we are doing a full review on a new concealer that I recently got. You guys know I love the foundation for this. So this is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer. So I'm really into the foundation. I've used it periodically for a while now. I do have a full review on the foundation, so I will link that right here or here for you guys. And you can check it out, but the foundation is amazing, so I have high hopes for this guy here. I have two of the shades. I have shades, what shades do I have? Light, medium, and light. Typically, I always go with a light medium when it comes to concealers, so I think I'm gonna try this guy today. It looks a little bit better for me. I did swatch them yesterday. I'll swatch them again right now. So there are 20 shades available in this concealer, which is freaking awesome. I think that's a really good amount. So this one here is light medium, and then this one here is light. You can see that this light medium definitely pulls a lot more warm tones than just the light. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a light medium today. The consistency, it's light, but it looks like it's pretty good coverage, like when you blend it out a little bit. It does claim that it is a full coverage concealer, but breathable, which I feel like is like the new thing with all foundations and concealers. They're all like full coverage, but breathable. So we'll actually see what they mean by that. One thing that I really do need in the winter months is something that is still hydrating, especially under the eyes. So hopefully that is this. Before we get into the demo, I just wanted to show you guys what it actually looks like. It has a doe foot paddle applicator, which I like. I either like some kind of applicator like this as opposed to a squeezy tube or a bottle or whatever, pump for example, and then it's just like a screw on top. It looks like a lip gloss, and that's honestly, I think, the best way to just do concealer packaging. And most of the time, honestly, that is how brands are doing it. So I'm just going to apply. I'm gonna do like my usual application, I think. So I have a blemish here, so I'm gonna cover that up. And I'll go in the center. So as you can see, just did the usual, nothing crazy. I'm gonna use a beauty blender to blend it out. Blends pretty good. This is definitely the right color for me. I didn't want anything too brightening, just for everyday purposes. If I was wearing like a smoky eye, maybe I'd put a touch of the light, but honestly for everyday, this is the right color for sure. That blended out really nicely. I'm gonna go around the mouth. Not really seeing much coverage when it comes to blemishes, but that's okay. I really like the way it blends out. It's super, super quick and easy. Okay, so as you can see, this side has concealer and it looks pretty dewy, which I actually like because that just tells me that it's a little bit more on the hydrating side, which as I mentioned in the winter months, that's pretty important to me because I don't want anything too drying. So on this side here, we have applied it around the mouth, on the chin, on my blemish. Honestly, the blemish is still showing through, which is disappointing, but the under eye area is looking pretty nice. So just to give a comparison, this has concealer and this has nothing but a dark circle. Pretty good, not gonna lie. I'm just gonna go quickly and do this side of the face. So this is what it's looking like. I'm gonna go ahead and set it because it is pretty dewy looking. So I just wanna make sure everything's locked into place. I'm just using my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Any setting powder I think will do just fine with this concealer. So I'm just gonna apply that underneath the eyes with my I'm not baking or anything, I just prefer to do it with a sponge when I have it kind of ready to go. Now that it's kind of set into place, I'll set the rest of my face afterwards, but I just wanted to quickly talk about it. It is definitely, in my opinion, not full coverage. I would say this is a really nice everyday office wear concealer. It gives a little bit of coverage, makes you look nice and fresh and awake, but I wouldn't say it's full coverage. Full coverage, I'm talking like Tarte Shape Tape, L'Oreal Infallible, like those really heavy duty where you only need a little bit. This one here, a little doesn't necessarily go a long way. You do need to add quite a bit of product to get this look, but I would still give it a medium coverage. I definitely do think it's very breathable. I feel like there's almost like nothing on my face right now, which is really, really nice, especially if you work in an office environment and you just want something to make you look fresh and awake. I would definitely recommend this for that purpose. But if you're looking for something, you're wearing a little bit more makeup, you have an eye look on. For me personally, if I have any kind of dark eyeshadow on or smoky look, I want a full coverage under eye because it just kind of helps counterbalance any of the darkness. But for everyday purposes, I think this is an excellent concealer. It's super easy to use and very easy to blend out, and I love the breathability part of it. Also, the shade range is really good. The fact that it has 20 shades in the concealer line is pretty good. Most of the time at the drugstore, we see concealer lines with like 10 shades. So 20 is definitely a step up. Maybelline's usually very good when it comes to shade ranges, so not surprised there. A few other things is that apparently it's waterproof, transfer proof, sweat proof, all that good stuff. So if you're somebody who likes to go to the gym on your lunch hour, this should hold up for you, which is nice. And it's supposed to last up to 24 hours. Now, personally, you guys know, I always say this in my reviews, whenever I read the 24 hours thing, I'm just like, why would you ever need your makeup on that long? Nonetheless, that's a really good thing if you are somebody who's looking to have this for long office days, long work days, long wedding days, whatever it may be. Just note that, in my opinion, not full coverage, but definitely a nice everyday coverage. I'm gonna jump off camera really quickly and finish the rest of my makeup and then give my final thoughts on this guy, so I will be right back. All right, I have the rest of my makeup on and I am definitely feeling better because there's nothing worse than when you just have foundation on and then foundation and concealer. You just don't look quite right. So once you have the rest on, I feel like you can definitely tell when things are working in your favor. I'm really, really happy with this concealer, how it applied, how it blended out, and then now how it's like lasting on my skin with other products on top. So really pleased with it. I think the color match for light medium was perfect for me. And as a reminder, I'm like an NC 25-30 at MAC, and then in the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, I am 220, just to give you guys some kind of pointers on what my shade is. Let me know down below if you have a question about another shade and another foundation. I can try and figure out my match to help guide you guys, but honestly, if I wanted to highlight a little bit more, I would have went in with the light, but for everyday purposes, the light medium was perfect. As I mentioned in the demo, this concealer is definitely more of a medium coverage. It's not a light coverage. It definitely gives a lot to it, but it's not a full coverage, like gonna blend away everything, especially on blemishes. I needed to go in afterwards with more of like a powder to kind of pat it on top to ensure that it was more covered up, especially the redness or darkness. But under the eyes, it did a really good job. Honestly, for every day, I think it killed it. I don't like wearing heavy things on my face when I know I'm gonna be at the office for, 9 to 10 hours. Your day's long from your commute to sitting at work, meetings, and then you go home. It adds up, the time adds up. And although it does say that this will last 24 hours, we all know we don't want makeup on that long. None of us do. So it is nice that it is pretty breathable and lightweight because it just makes wearing it a lot more comfortable. I think the only other thing I need to say is the price. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, so just to conclude, 20 shades, $9.99 Canadian, and it is available now in drugstores, Walmart, Target, all the good stuff. You guys know I typically shop for makeup at Shoppers Drug Mart and at Walmart. Those are kind of like my two areas that I tend to go to. Specifically for new makeup, I'll go to Shoppers. I just feel like they're a little bit more quick when it comes to putting out new makeup displays, as opposed to Walmart is not as fast. in my opinion, at least the ones near in my area. But nonetheless, guys, I am giving this a 2 thumbs up. I'm really liking it. I will let you guys know down below in the description box a little wear test update. I'm not doing a wear test today because I have a zillion things to do and I know it's just not gonna work out. I just know it in my heart. So I'm not gonna promise that. But as always, I will leave how it's gonna wear for the rest of the day, and I will wear it for a few more days before I upload this video. So be sure to check the description box. I leave kind of like a little blurb. And then if you're not already, follow me on Instagram because I tend to upload a lot more over there. So on Instagram stories, I can give an update. And also if you see it in tutorials on Instagram stories, you know I'm loving it. So that's the best way to kind of keep up with the reviews. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.